Every year, two teams play the most watched club match on the planet. And almost nobody watching actually knows why they hate each other. It's not really about football. It never was. It's about a dictatorship, a stolen identity, and a rivalry that started as something closer to war than sport. Here's the real story behind the fight nobody in a Real Madrid or Barcelona shirt can fully explain. Start with the basics. Real Madrid, the capital. Barcelona, the second city. Sounds like every rivalry in every sport, anywhere. City versus city. Except Barcelona was never just a city to the people who live there. It was Catalonia, its own language, its own flag, its own identity, older than the country it was technically part of. And that difference is where this whole thing actually starts. For decades, Catalonia pushed for more autonomy, more control over its own laws, language, and culture, separate from Madrid. Barcelona, the football club, became the place that pride lived, especially when the politics wouldn't let it live anywhere else. Then came 1939. Franco, a dictator who didn't just want to run Spain. He wanted one Spain, one language, one flag, one identity, his. Catalan was banned in public life. Catalan flags came down. Catalan culture went underground. But you can't ban a football match. So Barcelona's stadium became the one place, week after week, where being Catalan wasn't a crime. 90 minutes where 40,000 people could shout in a language they weren't allowed to speak on the street outside. That's not fandom. That's defiance wearing a shirt. And Real Madrid, fairly or not, became the symbol of everything Barcelona was fighting against. The capital's club, the regime's club, at least in the public imagination. Whether that reputation was entirely earned is still argued today. But perception, in a rivalry like this, does just as much damage as fact. Here's the moment that made it permanent. A Copa del Generalísimo semifinal. Barcelona had won the first leg 3-0. Confident, in control. Then the second leg happened in Madrid, and Barcelona lost 11-1. 11-1. To this day, Barcelona fans point to that result as proof of intimidation from the regime. Pressure applied before kickoff that had nothing to do with football. Madrid fans call it an overreaction to one bad night. Nobody has ever fully settled which version is true. But that's exactly the point. The argument itself became the rivalry. Every Clásico since has carried that unresolved question into the stadium. Not who's the better team this season. That part fades. What doesn't fade is the older, uglier question sitting underneath it. Who gets to define what Spain is, and who gets punished for disagreeing? Here's the twist most casual fans miss. Franco died in 1975. Democracy came back. Catalan language and culture came back into the open, fully legal, fully protected. The political reason for the hate technically expired decades ago. The rivalry didn't get the memo, because by then, it wasn't about the dictatorship anymore. It had become identity, tribe, inheritance. Grandfathers who lived through the ban passed the grudge down to fathers, who passed it down to sons standing in the stands today, most of whom never experienced a single day of what actually started it. That's why this fixture still feels different from every other rivalry in football.